back. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Vim Gang. Anyways, how you been? What's going on? And all that kind of stuff. Let's get into it. Let's start with how I like to start. What games we've been playing, right? Let's just go right into that. I haven't been really playing anything new, honestly.
Me either. Same thing. I've been playing the same thing.
You've been playing that Call of Duty. No, the other one.
Yep. I've been playing that and Ghost Recon. Yep.
Ghost Recon.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, what? Dark and Darker? I would put in. I brought that one up a while back. I played a couple things of that. I haven't played much games this week, actually. Well, that's that. Nothing new. Oblivion came out. I don't know if everybody is aware. I was not aware. They remastered Oblivion. Boss, you know anything about Elder Scrolls?
A little bit. I heard the title.
Okay. Well, Elder Scrolls goes way back. Okay. And what was it? The first console game was Morrowind. Fantastic game, role play game. And anyways, lots of detail, a lot of replay value, right? All the Elder Scrolls, a lot of replay value. Anyways, Morrowind was awesome. Then Oblivion came out, and Skyrim has been like the standing staple for comparing other role play games, right? But it is a single role play game, right? And then they came out with Elder Scroll Online, which isn't that great for people that like the regular Elder Scrolls, the single player. They didn't do so great on the multiplayer because they made it a MMO. So anywho, yeah, they remastered. So you gotta understand, boss. Skyrim has been resold like so many times over. Like me alone, I've probably bought the game 5 different times. For like Xbox, then like the anniversary edition, then for the PC, and then like another limited edition or whatever when they remake it. You know what I mean? And then I had to get it again when I got my new shit. But like, wait, when was like Skyrim keeps getting revamped, replay because of mods. What you know about that? What you know about mods in games?
I don't really know too much about mods in games. Can you give me an example?
I got some, right? I'm getting there. I wanted to see when did Skyrim come out? November 2011. November 2011 is when Skyrim came out, and it has been kicking ass ever since. So they've added, I mean, like I said, replay value because of all the mods, right? And like, I mean, mods to make it look better, right? Make it look more real, make the grass flow better, make the water look better. Like all these just graphical mods will get you playing again, right? The longest time I couldn't play again because like it just annoyed me watching the guy walk up the stairs because he's like skipping steps and stuff, and it's like, oh, I got used to like games that like don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, those are little ones, but then they have like ones that like redo the entire storyline, add more dialogue to NPCs and change some some of their like characteristics and make them look better. All kinds of mods to add different items or different side quests. All kinds. It just goes on and on. There's one that it's a mod for a cheat room where it's a room and it's a cheat room where you can access like you can boost up all your stats and stuff like that by pressing buttons and whatnot. and like have access to every item in the game because they're all in chests and stuff like that. Like that's a mod itself.
Interesting, sir.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, you got like what is it? GTA 5M servers. That's all modded stuff where they add they had all kinds of things in GTA, you know, how to do the drugs, run the drugs, cook the drugs, all that aspect. But then like they can add in restaurants for players to actually run, you know, and other kind of jobs and stuff throughout the city. You know, they can pick and choose and add different buildings. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Games are getting replay value because of mods, but Elder Scroll had replay value way before mods. But mods is definitely what has kept Skyrim relevant. Which is like, I mean, look at mods like DLCs because it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. You know, DLCs add more content, right? And without changing like everything else. But a mod can change like everything, you know, depending on what it is. It can add on something without touching anything, or it can change everything.
Very, very interesting. You know me, I got questions about everything. I got a million questions about everything. You want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at you. Look at you. Look at that face.
They don't taste good.
Well, I know it might taste nasty.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not good. They taste right.
Mushroom tea.
They taste right, so that's good.
Have a good time, sir.
We'll see how it goes.
We're gonna see how it goes. But I got some I got a few interesting topics and questions today. So
all right. I got a playlist.
You got a playlist.
I got a playlist of some things.
Some things.
Food for thought. Some things to think about. Some things I felt like I liked hearing that. Maybe some other people like hearing that, huh? Maybe there's some other people out there that would benefit from these things, and their algorithm is not like mine, so they'll never see it. So maybe
forget those people. Forget those people.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to my question.
Okay.
If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
$10 million tomorrow.
What would you spend it on?
I would give $1 million to my ex-wife.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's $9 million.
As in, you know, child support, take care of the kids. She's good, whatever. You know what I mean? Just
everything's good.
Everything's good.
Okay.
The
rest of the money.
How long do I have to spend this? Is there a time limit, or am I'm just going?
I mean, you got 10 million. Once you win it, like, what would you spend it on?
I'm getting a house.
Go up to 10. Okay.
I'm getting a house eventually, you know, but I'm gonna look for a house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just gonna buy any old house. Or but shit, man, $9 million. I might build a house. I might buy land.
It's gonna be a nice house, huh?
No, not a big house. I don't need a big house, but yeah, it's gonna be a nice house. But here's the thing,
one that fits you.
Here's the thing, right? I'm gonna need a sub basement.
Okay.
You know, you got the basement, and then you got the sub basement. I'm gonna need one of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I definitely build the house because I'm gonna want me some hidden rooms. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
You know, like walk up to a picture and a door opens, kind of shit. As a matter of fact, I might make every fucking room a hidden room. Like you gotta go to the bathroom, and you're like, where the fuck's the bathroom? Oh, I gotta pull this book. to fucking go to the bathroom. The book says toilet on it or something. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool, funny shit. But why not? Like, you walk into the front, you walk into the foyer, you know what I mean? You walk in, you're like, okay, I put my coat up here, whatever. And then it's just like 4 walls, blank. No way, no door, nothing. Just a little room. You're like, what the fuck? The house is pretty decent size. And there's no doors. Where's the hallway? Where am I supposed to go? You know? And like, I don't know, I'll make something stupid. You got to turn around and dance or whatever, sing a song or something to open the door. You know, I think that'd be cool. Turn the whole house into an escape.
So you would have a damn escape house.
Maybe. I mean, it'd be fun, right? I don't know. I'd figure it out. They got some badass, like, you know, switcheroo hidden doors and stuff, hidden stairs. You know what I mean? Like all kinds. Some really cool stuff. I definitely have to have some of it. 100%. Okay, so let's just say $1 million on the house.
Okay, you still got some money.
That's probably on the low end because I'm buying the land. I'm definitely putting a sub basement in. You figure average house is $250, and that's just buying the house. I'm making it. You know what I mean? And I want all this custom stuff. So let's say, and I think it's on the low end. I think it'll be on the low end because it's not going to look like $1 million house. I don't want it to look like $1 million house. You know what I mean? But it will be brick, you know? But it's not, it doesn't need to be massive. I don't need it to be massive. Or at least I don't need it to be massive on the outside. That's what the sub basement's for. You know what I mean?
You got a crazy ass house, man.
Yeah, that house would be badass. And I'd be in the sub basement all the time, not listening to shit. Like super, super, super under a rock. You know what I mean? Where it's comfortable.
Everybody go to Will Vim's house where you will get kidnapped. And who's going to kidnap you? Yourself.
That's right.
You're going to get lost in that damn house.
Man, you get in there, you'll never want to leave. Never, ever.
You answered the question. I still think you got about 5 million left.
Okay,
you
5 million left, 5 million left. All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm getting with all my brothers. You know what I mean? I'm getting with all my homies, all my ride or dies, right? We're going to get together. We're going to have a fucking conversation. We're going to figure it out, okay? Because if I'm good, they're good. You know what I mean? So with that last bit, we're going to figure out a way to invest, right? Start a little company that all of us are a part of, and they're going to retire in 10 years or less.
So, okay, that was the first question I had. Even though you got more to elaborate on that question.
Yeah.
You liking my questions so far?
I like it.
Okay, it's going to heat up as it goes. I think that will spark a good conversation, but I think you still got about 3-4 million. What you say you was going to get up with all your homies and do what again?
And we're gonna start a business. Find a way to invest the money where they can, where I can
get more,
so they can get it.
Okay.
I want to take care of them too.
Okay.
They're my boys, like, you know, my family and also my extended family. You know what I mean?
I feel that, Will. I mean, you're doing great with the money so far. Ain't no big, you ain't buy no tiger, you ain't buy no monkey, you ain't get you no koala.
I don't need none of that. You know what I need? I need people in my life that fucking care. That's what I need. You know what I mean?
All right.
And why wouldn't I help them? Because I care. You know what I mean? So if I'm good, bro, like, if I'm good, I'm still sitting at home doing nothing by myself. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. I need to bring people with me, And I don't mean they, just because like they made it, like I got them that financial freedom doesn't mean they got to be with me all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy to do it.
Okay. I'm with that. I think I'll do some of the same things, give some money to the loved ones, try to start a business, buy a house.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was saying I'm pretty much along those same lines.
I don't know how much, but probably at least I'd have to like see what it looks like, but probably at least 100,000. I would fuck just absolutely fuck. And I mean by fuck, I mean like bum in the street. I'm throwing $100 at him or something. You know what I mean? Like 100 ones, so it has some weight, and just like, you know, and just like beam bums with money because I think it'd be fun and like mean, but also not mean.
Hidden bums with dollars and other bills.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be bums. You know what I mean? I mean, that's picking on people, I guess. But I mean, they would need the money the most. You know what I mean?
That is picking on people. Just
they would need the
them,
money the most. So I mean, you know, maybe
attacking
just like,
them with charity.
Yeah, right. That's like aggressive charity. Aggressive charity. We would start a YouTube channel. It'd be called Aggressive Aggressive Charity. And that's
here,
what it
bitch,
would be.
take this.
Hey, I'll give you this stack of ones if I could beam you.
It's gonna leave you a bruise, but you'll be able to pay for it.
Right. But you good for a while. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't like your America. Stop. Just stop. Your America sounds violent.
What do you mean? Like, yes, it can be taken too far, right? Like, I wouldn't be trying to beam a motherfucker, but kinda, because it'd be funny. I can't say it wouldn't be funny. Yeah.
If you can give your 18-year-old self some advice, what would you say?
I wouldn't do it.
That's what you.
I wouldn't do it. Here's why.
Why?
Because anything I say to my 18-year-old self might put even invest in Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like anything could alter the future that it brings, which I wouldn't be here right now doing what I did, and I wouldn't have all the shit that happened, right? And all the experiences that I've had, right? And I don't want to change nothing. So I wouldn't tell him shit.
You could tell him have fun.
I wouldn't tell him shit. I would not want to influence his decisions to where it would change my future. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't even give yourself a thumbs up if you could.
Bro, I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to mess with it to change my future. What if I was like, you're doing great, bro? Yeah, go have some fun. And like that gave him too much confidence and he became an asshole.
I don't think you'll become an asshole by saying you're doing great or have fun.
You never know, man. Them young minds are pliable. Here's the thing, right? I got 3 kids. What if something I did or said altered the course of their births? You know, I wouldn't want to take that chance. That's not worth it. Even if I told them to invest in Bitcoin, I'm a millionaire now, as opposed to not a millionaire.
So you wouldn't talk to your 18-year-old self because you think it will alter the course of your future.
It could. There's too much of a possibility for that I would not want to mess with it.
So that scared you into saying no. I think you should have said something to yourself.
But why? You don't want my children born? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you're thinking.
It could happen, bro. Think about it. It could happen. One decision different could change everything. You know what I mean? It's like the butterfly effect. You know the butterfly effect. Are you familiar with the butterfly effect?
I am not. A little bit.
A butterfly in Hawaii, halfway around the world, whatever, flaps its wings and it creates a freaking hurricane or tornado on the other side of the world because the wind built up when it went all the way around and halfway, whatever, right? What it's saying is one small thing can be the change that affects this big thing and makes this big thing happen. It could be a very minute small thing. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. A thumbs up, yeah, to my 18-year-old self. Who knows? Maybe that would put me in a weird mood as an 18-year-old that day. Maybe I went and smacked somebody because of it. Who knows? There's too much there that could affect the outcome where it would be different than what it is now. And yeah, sure, there's things that I would like different, but that's too big of a risk, right?
Scaredy cat, scaredy cat, scaredy cat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want my children dead. Or also, who knows what my mindset would be these days? Who knows if I would have learned the lessons that I've learned? Who knows what kind of person I would be? I wouldn't be the same person, I would imagine. If you don't experience the things that you've experienced, you're not going to be the same person.
Okay, you scared of that. I got another question.
Why's it got to be fear? Why can't it be logic?
You're scared you might do something.
It's logic, bro. Don't be like the church. Using fear to control. Where are the viewers at, huh? What happened? We switched time. They don't understand.
Yeah, we don't have viewers. We never had viewers. We only had us so far.
We had some last time. What are you talking about? Ben was on, remember?
Yeah. It's 2 in the afternoon. It's great weather.
It's raining out
here, but not everywhere.
Man, oh man. So is switching times a bad move?
I mean, it's really up to us. But I think this is a good time. It's just, we building.
We're building.
Yeah, and the audience will catch us later. Sometimes they don't play games. So if they can catch the middle of the conversation, or they might catch a part of the conversation that they like. We don't never know. It's up to them. I think you've been answering the questions great though. So I know it's some good content when they come back and listen, if they do listen. But
yeah,
this is about us. I got another question. If you had one food to eat daily for the rest of your life, what would it be? Would you answer this question?
Pizza.
Yeah, that's a really safe one.
It's a safe one, right? Like, it's super safe.
Right.
You change that motherfucker up you could change it up a lot. Pizza. That is one adaptable food.
Yeah, then you would make me say bread because I can put anything on some bread.
There you go. But that's different though, because when you say bread, you're saying just bread.
Yeah, but they ain't say what I can do to the bread.
You just bread. That's it. Just bread. But when I say pizza,
yeah.
Now there's all kinds of involved with pizza.
That means you got cheese, you got the sauce.
Right. You can go crazy. Get the barbecue sauce with the chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They be getting in there.
That was a safe one.
Yeah, pizza's super safe. I mean, other than that, I don't know, man. I love bread. I do like bread. I do like some bread.
I like bread. I can do a lot of things with bread.
I just bought me some bread today. As a matter of fact, I got one of those. Man, I forgot what they're called, but it's like it's like a waffle maker, right? But it's not a waffle maker. It's for the bread, and it pretty much will make the best grilled cheese ever. But it also does the down the middle, so it's like triangles, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love that thing. So I got some bread today with some cheese. And I meant to get a tomato because believe it or not, tomato inside there is fucking delicious. Anyways, I got some salami and some Black Forest ham.
Oh, now you making me hungry.
I know, right? I forgot the 60 eggs though. 60 eggs. 60 eggs for only $16.
How many eggs? 60?
60. Like more than you're probably gonna eat, but you're gonna fucking eat them now because you bought them. 60 fucking eggs
For $16.
$16.
So that'd be a good price, wouldn't it?
That's a damn good price.
I'm happy for you.
I didn't get them though. I'm gonna get them tomorrow, or like when I get off of here, I'll go get them.
What?
Because we like to be stocked on eggs over here.
Okay. I mean, that's a good price.
And I want to make me some pickled eggs. Have you ever had some pickled eggs?
I think I did. I just don't remember eating them.
Oh, bro, pickled eggs. Oh, I love them. I love pickled eggs. Oh God, I love pickled eggs. So damn good. If you like pickles and you like eggs, you'll love pickled eggs. It's true. I cheat though. I eat pickles. Mama. And then I just have the jar with the juice and I throw them in there, the hard-boiled eggs, and leave them for a while, days, week. And it never penetrates all the way in because I don't do it from scratch.
I think you do it from scratch.
I don't do it from scratch. I don't make the pickle juice from scratch. If I made it from scratch, and like I think put it in one of the ball jars and like vacuumed it out and all that, sealed it, it would help it penetrate because of the pressure. I think. I'm just theorizing. I haven't looked it up at all. So yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right. I got some things.
Okay.
I got some things here. Some Shorty McShort shorts. Again, that I thought was interesting. And maybe others need to freaking see it.
Let's see this shit. Let's see this shit.
Get in here. Okay, and I'm gonna step out for a sec. But let's just let this play, right? And then we're gonna talk about it. Okay?
All right.
A mustache. Babe, you're not 10 years old. Can you stop? That is so cringy. This one is good, huh, babe?
It's alright.
How was your day?
Good.
Babe, look, it's the root of a tree. Babe! Oh my god! Look! Babe, do you not care?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, it was
Look. Babe, look, this is perfect. Babe, where are you going? Babe, are you okay?
yeah, this is really
What if the mental health crisis exists?
Okay. Did you hear that? Did it come through?
Yeah, I heard it.
All right, cool. What do you think? What do you think about that?
One thing she said made his emotions and stuff just change.
Just ruined them. he was expressing himself. He was expressing himself honestly, purely, and just, just being free and himself, right? Being funny and silly. And then she shamed him.
Yeah, that happens, Will.
And then he shut the fuck down.
But that happens both ways.
He
though.
overcorrected. He should have just left her. That's what he should have did.
For one,
Either leave her, if that's the decision you're gonna make. I don't think it was just one time, right? That was, I don't think it happens over one time. But it could. It could. Be
So
aware
then-
of how you're treating people. You know what I mean? Because she didn't mean to do that, probably. You
Right,
know what I
she-
mean?
Yeah, that's
She
what I'm
probably
saying.
didn't mean to do that. So I mean, if anything, yeah, okay, I jumped the gun.
I think he should have been a little stronger. Like, I mean,
I
if it
jumped the
affected
gun.
him, he should have.
He should have
should've-
talked about it.
Yeah, and then if
should've
she didn't
talked
have a
about it.
change of stance,
Yeah, you gotta talk about it. Men, talk about what you're feeling. Women, talk about what you're feeling. None of us are mind readers. All right.
That's a good.
None of
way to
us are
look at it.
mind readers, but we make a lot of assumptions and we like to think we know, right? You don't know. You don't know until you know. And how are you going to know unless you had the conversation? And I mean with people you love. You know what I mean? Like regular people you don't give a fuck about, what you need to talk to them for, right? But
So
in a relationship, if you're going to let something affect you to that level, right? Where it shuts you down, it's changing your entire personality, but you're not talking with that other person about it, and you just made this decision because you're trying to appease them or whatever it is, right? You should just talk about it. You deserve it. They deserve it. It's a respect thing, right? All these things. And whatever happened, you might have felt disrespect. This is why it shuts you down to begin with, is because all those things that you need to have that conversation, trust, respect, right? Those kind of things, in places, feeling safe. These are the things you need to have that conversation, but are instantly taken away when hit with something like that.
So let me ask you this then. What's the best relationship advice you ever received? If you ever received relationship advice, what is the best relationship advice you ever received?
I don't think I've received much relationship advice. I've watched a lot of YouTube, though. I mean, if we're going with relationship advice from YouTube, and that's everything I've been saying. You know what I mean? Like,
See, it's some tough questions. Like,
it's
a
crazy. It's
Yeah, you can't answer that.
relationships are tricky. See,
People didn't tell you some relationship
relationships
advice.
are tricky. See, because
Okay, let me ask you
there's
this
two
then.
people involved in any relationship, right?
Okay.
Two people, two things, whatever. There are two people involved in any relationship. And that relationship, whatever it's based on or whatever, is only as genuine as both of those people, both of them are putting in.
So you never received no relationship advice.
I mean, I'm sure I have. I guess.
Just don't
I don't know.
remember.
I can't remember any. I never
Well, answer
had.
this then, Mr. Question Dodger. What's a
How am I
non-negotiable?
question dodger? I'm doing the best I can.
Okay, what is a non-negotiable for you in a relationship then? What's a non-negotiable for you?
Non-negotiable. Man. Like what? Like, give me an example.
Something you can't is just
I'm not tolerating. It's over.
just a no.
Like self-absorbed, right?
That can be a non-negotiable.
Obviously, though. I mean, those are obvious, right? Everybody has that, right? Nobody
Some-
wants to be with somebody who's self-absorbed, right? Nobody
Probably
wants-
another self-absorbed person. They got somebody in life.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be kind, positive, right? If you're negative, it's non-negotiable.
See, there you go. You just found one.
I can't do it. I can't, man. You know,
Can't be a bummer,
like everybody has bad days. Everybody has
right?
bad days.
Right.
But if you're the type that's always, it's your vibe. It's your vibe. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just what you're saying, but what you're saying don't help.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, if you're constantly complaining about something and you're just in that. You're just like this all the time. You're just in. It's like, here's happiness right over here. Here's glorious cheerfulness, gratitude, whatever. And I'm just gonna sit right here. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the negative, the wrong. This is what I'm focusing on. And that's just it. I can't. I can't. Because it's like, why, bro? When you have a choice. And I understand it's not always easy, but it's simple. Okay. You just gotta take some responsibility. It comes down to it. But anyways, I want to veer off into that. But yeah, so bottom line, negative person. That's red. I'm dumb. No, that's a no-go for me.
See, I got you talking. At least I got you opening up to the viewers, and they're gonna.
Yes, sir.
respect it.
Yes, sir.
When I put this
Appreciate
part out, they're gonna love that. They're gonna be like, okay, let's see what he's about.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're a good man.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the toughest decision you ever made?
You're fucked. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I told you I got him for you. You gonna keep on playing with me. I got him for you.
Hey, what are
today.
you doing today, bro? Like,
Yeah.
the
This is
toughest.
this
I don't
gonna
know.
be
Here's
shit.
the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Remember, before you answer,
Just hold on. Here's the thing. Let me explain myself. All decisions are like the toughest decision at the time. All decisions, listen, all decisions are the toughest decision at the time, at that second, okay? All of them. All right? That's kind of how it is, okay? And then after, they're not.
You told me to listen, so I'm shutting the hell up.
I'm just saying. Afterwards, they're not.
You see how he having point to like one. I know life is filled with tough decisions.
It's
Please,
filled. You're asking me for one. And I'm telling you, there are so many tough decisions. Oh, those are decisions. Those are decisions. And at the time, they are. They're number one. Okay. But afterwards, they're not.
See, we talking about.
But if I had to pick one, okay, all right. If I had to pick one, so far is the decision to get a divorce.
That was the toughest decision.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to get into it, but
No, we're not. We're not even gonna do
You
it.
answered
But that
the
was
damn
it.
question.
That was it.
Okay.
Okay.
What life event has shaped you the most, though? What about this part? What life event has, throughout all your years of living, doing the will, what event has shaped you the most?
What event?
I can tell you right off back. When I had my first son, I think that event shaped me the most.
Yeah.
So far, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
So my kids.
When I had my first kid, it just
Kids will make you better if you let them.
yeah, the first one, like, man, I'm a father, you know.
Yeah.
So that shaped me a lot. So That's what I can say, but I don't know. If I sat back and thought about it, it could be more.
All
But
three
yeah,
of them,
yeah.
not just one of them. All three of them. Yeah, being a father, all that.
Okay.
I wasn't perfect. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
But no one's perfect. Anywho,
No one's perfect.
no one's perfect. Progress, not perfection. That's what they say. What else you got? Because I
Okay,
got
what?
some other slides, okay?
All right.
Fucking
Right
hit me
before,
with these questions.
right before we go to the slides,
Yeah.
what's one thing you would change about society if you could? Oh, yeah.
Division. I
Division
would
A,
change.
Division 1A. What?
I would change the division amongst the people. The
Okay.
constant dividing people by race, by jobs, income, uh, who's cool, social status, whatever. You know what I mean? Just you keep dividing people. That's all they do. You got to keep them apart. You know what I mean? So they're easily controlled. I would get rid of division.
Yeah, I would
I
get.
don't know how. I don't know what that looks like. You know what I mean? But if I could, which is the question, that's what I'd do.
Get rid of
I don't have an
division.
answer how yet.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Because that would change. You talked about the butterfly effect earlier.
Because that's gonna fix everything else. Yes, exactly. That's my answer to the one-off fix. I don't know how to do it. You know,
That's one thing we need to change in society.
here's the thing: it always messes up, bro. It always messes up because there's always an asshole. There's always one, at least. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's why you. That's why you have, that's why it's set up the way it is. That's why it works. That's why it has worked. That's why it will continue to work. Because at the end of the day, it is true. Oh man, I'm gonna fuck the saying up, but you can you can talk to a person, but not a crowd. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can sit and have a one-on-one conversation of something weird or dark or try to explain a new concept or theory to one person, and they will more than likely, think about it as opposed to lashing out at it. Now I presented to a mob, a group, an audience, numerous people, the likelihood of it going awry and them trying to accept a new idea or whatever, right, is going to go badly. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? Have you heard that?
I haven't heard all of it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, because in a crowd, like the fuck, man, like everything's so dumb. Everything.
Don't have a breakdown. Don't
Just
do
think
that.
about it. Yeah,
Don't do
right,
that for the people.
right. Just think
Please
about
don't
it,
do it.
right? Division. That's it. Like you get rid of that, we're good. But like we can right now. It's up to you.
No, you don't want to get into nothing deeper because division is a trick that's used by the top earners.
That's
They
what
would
I'm saying, bro.
they wouldn't be able to have the power they have
Yeah.
if division
Yeah.
wasn't in place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it profits people to keep people divided. It's huge profit in that.
Not
So
just profit. Not just profit. Power. Which is far different. Anyways. Yeah. All right. You ready for this next one?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Um, bu- 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 bu-
exists because we followed the wrong guy. In modern psychology, there were two major voices, Freud and Adler. Guess which one we built an entire industry around. In Freud's model, everything's about your childhood, your parents, your trauma. You're broken because of what happened to you. And healing means going back and reliving every moment. But Adler, he didn't ignore the past, but he said it's not the main thing. What really matters? Your beliefs, your goals, your sense of meaning. He believed healing came from taking responsibility, creating connection, and building purpose in the now. But we didn't follow Adler, we followed Freud. Because Freud's model made it easy to build an industry around therapy that keeps you talking year after year. It feels like healing, but nothing actually changes. You explain your patterns, you analyze your wounds, but you stay stuck. What we need is Adler's model. We need to reprogram your subconscious with forward-focused beliefs, not to stay stuck in the past. We built a tool to help you build the inner strength Adler talked about from the inside out. Click the link in our bio for access.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
I don't like it.
What do you mean? What don't you like?
It looked like AI did that.
Oh my!
Don't like it. Scared.
That's what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking about.
AI did it. And
You are not helping here.
it's a model that we're talking about, and AI did it.
If AI did it or not, the information is the same.
Yeah, I think if you apply both, you can probably get out of situation. But yeah, I believe them that when they say they one was more easily built the model around to monetize.
Yeah.
It comes back to that
Comes back to that.
monetization. Yeah,
It's not your well-being. No. Money. And then build an entire society around it. Woo!
there you go. It's about the rich. The rich
About
don't care.
manipulating the populace
Yep,
to do stuff
yep. There you
or
go.
stuff.
Okay.
Not to do stuff for themselves.
Yeah. I think. See, that's what I said. I think. eh, Yeah. Both models can be right. Like you can analyze what happened in the past, but also you do need some forward thinking to.
Well, it said Adler he did not look at the past. He
Yeah,
just
I know.
didn't dwell. He didn't stay there. He wasn't like, that's not the main though. You got to keep going. All right. You
Mhm.
can't just look in the past. Like, yes, you need to take a look and all this and that. But like, man, you want to change? You got to go forward. You got to give yourself some purpose. You know what I mean? You got to figure out what you want.
And I definitely. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's the
But
only
you
way.
gotta get. Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's the only way you could change. I mean, you're right.
but you gotta also but you gotta look in the past. You gotta forgive yourself for any shame or guilt or anything that's holding you back from the past. You know what I mean? To get forward sometimes, but you can't just sit in it. You can't just be over there. You know what I mean? And most of the time, to my understanding, it's about forgiveness. You know,
Yep.
for me. So, and love yourself. RuPaul said it best.
And love yourself.
Love yourself. Because how the hell you gonna love anybody else if you don't love yourself? Well, RuPaul. Anyways. Yeah. Here, I got another one.
Two things happen.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Two things happen when you're aimless. First is you get anxious. And the reason you get anxious is because anxiety computes aimlessness. If you drop someone in the middle of the desert, the reason they're anxious is because it's not because they don't know which way to go. It's because there are way too many places to go. And that's aimlessness. It's like every direction beckons. And your brain literally signals that with anxiety. If you don't have a goal, you have no positive emotion. You can have what you want in 5 years, but there's two conditions. You have to know what it is, and you have to aim at it.
You learn things painfully. When you learn something painfully, a part of you has to die. That's the pain. When a dream is shattered, for example, a huge part of you that constituted that dream, maybe even the biological substrate of that dream, has to be stripped away and burned. Life is a constant process of death and rebirth. And to participate in that fully is to allow yourself to be redeemed by it. And so the good is that process of death and rebirth, voluntarily undertaken. It's like you're not as good as you could be, so you let that part of you die. And if someone comes along and says, there's some dead wood here, man, it needs to be burned off, you think, well, that stuff's still a bit alive. When that burns, it's going to hurt. It's like, yeah, well, no kidding. But maybe the thing that emerges in its place is something better. And I think this is the secret of human beings. This is what we're like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's his name?
How did you? Jordan Peterson. Please,
Yeah.
Dr. Jordan Peterson.
Controversial
Doctor.
guy.
Yeah. So there's a lot to him. I've never looked him up. I just see him, and he helps me. He puts into. Yeah, he uses words better. But yeah, what do you think about all that?
I mean,
I love the way he's like. Sorry, I asked a question and just go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. I really can't. I really don't have too much to add to that.
It's good,
honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
I like when he's like,
you let that part of you die.
What is it?
Be burned off. You think, well, that stuff's still a bit alive. When that burns, it's going to hurt. It's like, yeah, well, no kidding.
Yeah, well, no kidding. Oh, it's funny. I thought that was funny, but yeah, some people don't see this.
It's
I
a lot of
think. And it's a lot in my algorithm, so I'm putting it out there. I like it. I agree. Pain growth, right? So don't always look at it as a bad thing. And the aimlessness thing, man, that's a big thing, I think, for a lot of people. And it goes into what I was saying with you gotta know what you want, figure it out. What makes you happy?
See, it's a lot of crazy things.
Thoughts on Donald Trump? Sorry.
Hey, don't talk about that man. That man's. We're gonna leave him alone.
I don't know, man. Oh, just in and out.
I mean, the guy is. I mean, you want to. Let's just look at a little bit of him.
It's quite a pivot. Quite a pivot. Let's go.
And you just we're just see what happens.
Let's go. Let's pivot.
Just want to get past the little part. We gotta just add it to our live stream.
It's not that. There it is. Here we go.
Economy and his tariffs. We talked about immigration and those deportations. And
a lot of good things can happen.
I see Ronald Reagan over there.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
Right to your left.
Being in the Oval Office is very important. See Ronald Reagan here and put him a little bit larger, sort of seemed to fit very nicely. You have Democrats a little bit. You have
Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Roosevelt. So you look at that picture and people say, well, what's he doing up there?
He's looking old.
He was a serious president, whether we like it or not. He was a
So he's looking old, right?
He's looking old.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Meat
So-
and potatoes.
How old is he?
I don't know.
He's looking.
He's looking old.
Yeah, you're right. He's looking like
Right?
Let's not talk about people's president, but he's our
That's
president.
that's not what like I
He's
envisioned.
looking old.
It's not what was in my head. I'm looking at him now. I'm like,
It was somewhere. It came out.
he's aged some. It's just hitting him.
He old as hell.
I don't know about old as hell.
Yeah, let's see what he talk about. He's old as fuck. I'm sorry.
and I think that's going to be very, very important. But I
We have a lot of ground to cover.
yeah, I would really say that the border is so important. You know, just
And
can't
we'll get there.
let that
Immigration,
happen.
huge.
Yeah.
And we're going to get there. But I want to start
Sure.
with the economy, the number one issue for so many people, for just about everybody. It's one of the main reasons that you're back in this office. And now we have this trade war with China that Moody's and other analysts say is going to cost American families thousands of more dollars per year. And there is a lot of concern out there. People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it, actually, and this is what I campaigned on. I said that we've been
So he's saying people signed up to pay more. Did you sign up for that?
Nah, I didn't sign up for it.
I mean,
I did not sign up for it.
he said that calmly. You signed up for it. Not for you to put taxes on me, man. I mean, unnecessary taxes.
Unnecessary?
Yeah, you see how it hurt us at our job. So you know the impact it's gonna have. Like a lot of people lost their job or are gonna lose their job. And it's a thing that they was gonna put out on Amazon. Like the price of tariffs, like they're gonna show the original cost.
Yeah.
And it was gonna show you the other costs of how much it costs once you add the tariffs on there to see where you were.
Yeah.
And
Because
he got mad.
listen. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Hopefully. I'm not saying this is what he's doing. Hopefully. He's using all these tariffs and stuff to get business back, to undo what was done, right? And then we won't have to pay taxes.
None of that's gonna happen.
I mean, it's years out. It's not a overnight thing. But you
None of that.
got it.
See,
But
I actually
this is the groundwork for that. I don't know if that is the goal. All I'm saying is this is groundwork for that. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. But if it is that end goal, it would be way better. You know, you're talking about steel mills and all the stuff, whatever, right? Detroit being alive again, for Christ's sake. I don't know, whatever else. Just a lot of jobs, a lot of business, industry. Yeah, it's good and bad, right?
No, Will. The man about to raise our taxes
Yeah, for now.
forever.
Not for how you gonna say forever? Nothing's forever.
Bro, he did a lot of I'm if he does the right thing, then I'm a benefit. So I'm not against the man if he does the right thing.
What's the
But
right thing?
but I'm telling you what has happened and
What's
what
the
they're
right
trying
thing?
to pass.
Right
It's
thing.
it's not gonna help us, Will. Not us, not in our
What's the right thing?
so look, like you said, he placed tariffs on, right?
Yeah,
To bring manufacturing back, right?
yeah.
So why did he pause them? If it
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
if it was gonna bring manufacturing back, shouldn't you keep going?
I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know. I don't have all the listen, I know enough to say I don't know. I
My
don't have
thing
all the
is this.
cards. I don't see all the pieces on the board.
I'm not going to get too technical with it, but
That's all I'm saying.
my view is this.
Okay.
If you have a plan, right?
Yeah.
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan.
That's not, that's not
Well, you gotta
mon-
pivot sometimes, though. You gotta pivot. Seems like I
but
like that word.
you like that word pivot,
Pivot. I think so.
but your whole plan,
But I'm saying sometimes you gotta pivot.
but your whole plan
Sometimes you
is
gotta sidestep.
centered
Sometimes you gotta
around this.
okey doke. You know what I mean?
If your whole plan is centered around this one thing, then it doesn't benefit nobody to pivot. You got to go through it with it.
I said
It's like
sometimes.
saying I'm going to cut off his head and never cut off the head.
I'm saying sometimes, right? Okay.
You got to have a
Okay.
plan B then,
I'm
What's the
saying
plan B?
what you gotta have plan B.
Yeah, if you're going to pivot, what are you pivoting to? Only thing you did was, okay, we're going to go back to what we had.
Lull them
That
in a false sense of security.
no,
You know,
China.
like a backstep, and then come back with a
Nah, Chinese are too smart for that. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing things out there. And
Yeah,
I'm positive about it.
it's
Oh
just that
no.
our rich people didn't think the other rich people around the world wasn't just as, you know, had the same mentality as them. They thought they was the king of being rich. And other people, country, rich people were like, nah, screw that. We're gonna show you that we're more of a global economy, information and technology, then change the shape of the world. And you can't go back when it's so much information and technology that's transforming the world. Like you can't go back to old practices because that's going to help nobody. Like they're talking about bringing manufacturing back. It ain't nothing but for rich people because what it's going to be is fully automated. And how does that help us? But give them more money.
Hey, you need technicians to work on that.
Everybody can't be tech. The market can't be saturated with that. And then they're going
Why not?
because it's just geared that way. Like I said, if they got
Yeah, what if you re-gear it? What if you re-gear it? What if the jobs were techs? The jobs is just maintenance. That's your job. That's all the jobs.
but look, it's not that it wouldn't be
There's
that
no
many.
more like regular manual labor.
Yeah, it's millions of people. You can't the job market. You only need a certain amount, so it's still going to be people without jobs. What I'm saying is, you got to think about this. We're asking to bring manufacturing back, but we got
Yeah.
to ask who sent manufacturing away? The rich.
Yeah.
We didn't do it,
Yeah.
so now we're going to pay them to.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna use my money to, I don't want to steer you in no direction, but how does that make sense?
Because it's the way of the fucking world. What are you gonna do about it?
Talk about it. First step, talk about it.
Listen. Did we not benefit? Was there no upside to them taking industry away?
Yeah,
the tariffs being down because of it, right?
we
You gotta
benefited.
think. You gotta think, right?
Yeah,
How much shit you were off Timu?
that's what I'm saying. We
So it's
didn't
not
make
like we didn't benefit from it, right? Right?
yeah.
Now it's time to make another switch, and it's gonna be hard at first. And I'm not even saying this is what they're doing.
Man, it's stuff
Hopefully,
that
this
we
is what
don't
they're
even
doing.
produce in this
Hopefully,
country.
this is what they're doing. Hopefully,
No.
right? I don't know. But I'm saying in the end, in the long run, it'll be way beneficial to us, just like this was.
And if it don't, then what?
And when we're in that, and then we'll never want it to change either.
But what if it
But it'll
doesn't?
have to.
What if it doesn't work out though?
Then you fucking change.
What if we can't change and we're stuck?
How?
We can get
How
stuck
are we stuck? How?
if you make yourself a king.
Okay.
I think
Civil
just my-
War. A boom.
Oh my God, we're not going there.
Yeah. Let's go all the way back to episode 1. Episode 1, where I said,
Civil damn war.
You got Civil War followed by World War 3. Right?
Nobody wants to live through that. I don't want to go through that. Why we gotta have a war to do all the right things?
Listen, I'm just saying this is what you were saying.
I'm scared. Don't want to do it. Robots gonna be fighting.
Man, we far out. That.
No, we not. We already got robots that's killing people.
What? What are you talking about?
So I remember in Texas, right? Was a guy. He was shooting. He was killing.
Things are
people.
bigger out there.
Yeah, he was killing people.
Okay.
And he was held up in a parking garage, and they sent the robot in there to kill him. It was a black guy. Yep. And I guess he was mad about
They
something.
didn't even ask that.
Yeah, he had a sniper rifle.
Why did you even say that? It didn't even. That was
killing people. They sent, and nobody wanted to get close to him. They sent a robot in there to kill his ass.
Remote robot.
Hey, it's still a robot.
It's remote. It's remote controlled.
I mean, it takes.
It's like a drone. It's just like
Yeah.
a drone. It's like a land drone.
Yeah, they got. I'm telling you, they got some. Man, sir,
Yes.
they got some shit that's coming. That
Put it on the stream. So
I am. I'm finna do it. I'm
get
finna do it.
on there.
I
Get
gotta
on
find the right one.
screen.
All right.
Just put it on
I'm gonna show you a little bit right now.
there. Oh,
man.
it's coming. It's coming, he says.
What do you think these
Still
robots?
coming. Just pop right up. Killer robots. I would think that would be number 1.
I mean, I'm just saying it's right there.
Where? I don't see.
They
I thought
right
you were put
there.
on the screen. What's up? Go get in there. Gonna put it on there. Put it in there. You're not killing anybody.
Oh, that's the next step, sir.
They're not killing anybody. He said they're killing people. They're not killing people. Oh, those are common? That's pretty awesome movements, though. It's going to be rough. We're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, if bullets don't take them out, we might be screwed. Oh, yeah, that's... No.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home.
It's liberty.
We'll see it in a minute.
Skip. Where's the skip? there.
Another quick insight. This is the first video that I've seen of a beta tester that has released something that's incredible. This
What,
is
Will?
amazing. No mocap suit was used. And this robot is it was just plugged in like a one-click replace. SSK, share this on their YouTube channel, and I'll put the link to their channel in the
Yeah, they
description.
got like a
This is
human.
amazing.
It's her.
Wonder Dynamics.
That's all
I can't wait to
CGI. What are
get
you
my
talking
beta
about?
testing done. This is incredible. Look at that, right? This is, I mean, no mocap suit.
Welcome back, everyone. The city of Beijing,
They
China
were
just
saying
hosted the
how they
world's
didn't
first
have to
marathon for
use the
robots.
suit
A
anymore. I think.
groundbreaking, or at least pavement scruffing event, a half marathon for our mechanical overlords.
Oh my god.
That's right, 21 kilometers or roughly 13 miles of pure, unmitigated
It ain't
robotic
nothing to
mayhem.
press a
Think
trigger on the
Robot Mad
gun.
Max. 21
Yeah,
metallic
you
hopefuls
come
lined
by
up to
and
be the world's
smack
first speed
them
racer.
side balls
From sleek
over
humanoid designs that looked ready to star in a sci-fi block.
It's a lot of stuff.
Imagine waking up one morning to see robots not just walking, talking, or running, but dancing in perfect sync with humans, working in dangerous, right? It's not. It's happening right now in 2025.
Okay.
And today,
what I'm trying to show you is to get them to fight.
Design killer robots. You think they're going to design them to look like us and do what we can do?
No, they're going to design a robot to be able to kill us, but they
Far
got 'em.
better. Far better.
Imagine what they not showing us, Will. They
You
got
think
some
so?
stuff.
You
Yeah.
think so?
It's some stuff.
I mean, yeah, always, right? Always. But to that, exactly. Ain't nothing we can do about it. Why worry about
Welcome back, everyone. The city of Beijing.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you wanted to watch the
if you got some cool, you know what keeps popping up on my when I'm going through things on YouTube here, scrolling, and I'm scrolling down.
that's a real robot.
It ain't good.
I mean, you got to think about it. This is the only thing.
That ain't good,
bro.
Oh wait, he's doing the same move over and over. Is that all he can do?
That's fake. Imagine what they're not showing you. That's fake. Well, I don't know if it's fake or not. It's fake.
How would you spar with a robot? You don't spar with a fucking robot. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I just saw centers and they give me. Yeah, I be doom scrolling, but yeah,
be doom scrolling.
It's robots coming in. They coming to beat some ass. It might beat our ass, man. You know what we gonna do about it? Nothing. You're gonna fuck us up, man.
I mean, yeah. That's what I want. I want exoskeleton. Skeleton. There they are. Oh, only $800 to $1,500. Have you ever heard of? Let me get this in here. Let me get this up here. Let me get in this. Boom, boom. Hypershell X. Look at
Yeah.
this. You seen this?
Yeah, they've been have stuff like this.
Yeah, but these are out.
I know.
Like highly advertised.
Then they probably been out. They probably been doing this like 20 years ago, and they finally bringing it out.
That's what I mean. Oh yeah, they've been working on this for a long time.
Yeah. It's
20
technology.
years ago, easy.
Think about it. Look how long
it's hitting the public, is what I'm saying.
Will, imagine how long they had autopilot. Think about this. They had that since the 70s.
Hey, they gotta get it. They gotta perfect it to where they can just give it to any dummy.
So if you got autopilot, that
And
means
also they gotta make it. They gotta make it to where it's gonna make them money.
Yeah. See, one thing about this, the rich is not.
Look at that, man.
They're not gonna bring this technology out quick, and it'll be their own demise. Yeah, think about it. If you replace a lot of people,
wouldn't bring the technology out unless there was somebody who's gonna buy it. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Not necessarily that. What I'm saying is, if you replace a lot of people with their jobs, a lot of people gonna kill the rich because they can't survive, and the rich need somebody to protect them. That's why this thing going around called "Eat the Rich." You cannot do certain things to humans and don't expect consequences.
Okay.
So the robots and stuff is to replace people, and when they fully get this stuff perfected, now they got people that they can boss around with, things that they can boss around and replace humans. Even if they have no protection, now they got an army of robots to protect them with no human would.
We're screwed.
We're screwed.
We're screwed. What do you want? We're screwed. Fuck it.
They're all going out of space and everything. Like, this stuff is getting
Or let's
crazy.
get exosuits and fight. We
Only
do
thing
that.
I see this thing is doing is helping us walk up a mountain.
To jump.
Walk up a hill.
To jump.
To jump. Ain't giving us no bionic powers.
I know. All I'm saying is the start. Oh, come on. All right. So, okay. That's the start. Imagine this thing in 10 years. You're Iron Man. You got to wrestle bears for fun. Because you know you're going to be all right.
Look at this, though, Will. Let me show you this. Now, this is real.
Look at this. China's military has released this video of a four-legged robot marching through a field with an automatic rifle. Totally awesome or totally frightening. Look at this. China's military has released this video of a four-legged robot marching through a field with an automatic rifle mounted on its back. The Chinese state broadcaster calls it the newest member of China's urban combat operations. The robot dogs are programmed to conduct reconnaissance, identify the enemy, and strike the target. If that thing comes around the corner and if you're on the other side, you're done.
Yeah, over.
See that?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we're fucked. What do you want? Yeah. Yeah, I can't. They will eventually design a robot that we won't be able to kill, right? Or so many of them that we will be overran if they wish it. If this scenario of yours happens. We can't win against robots.
no. But
Humans versus robots. Depending on a lot of things, but put a human and a robot in a ring.
A human would win right now.
Maybe even right now. Come on. You think you can take a punch from a robot? One punch from a robot.
It all depends on how it's designed.
All I'm saying, one punch from a robot, I'm pretty sure fucking dead.
I unplugged that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not plugged in. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All you have to do is get to that cord. Let's say it is plugged in. That's it. It's a plugged in motherfucker. It could be one hydraulic arm. You know what I'm saying? You got to get close to it, though. As soon as you get closer, done. Dead. Right? You know what I'm saying? I don't see a chance against metal.
So you know it's about to happen, right?
What's about to happen?
Man, let me play this, man.
Oh.
We won't put enough effort into solving it.
But they're more focused on incredible new capabilities like this.
Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
The robot isn't remotely controlled. It's all neural networks.
Ooh.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
OpenAI is also backing 1X, which recently showed off these new skills. I'm not sure how people will feel about having robots like this at home. In a poll, 61% said they thought AI could threaten civilization. OpenAI Sora surprised everyone with these incredible clips created from text descriptions. Each new training run is an unpredictable experiment. And a senior OpenAI exec says there will probably be AGI soon, any year now. Nick Bostrom says it's like we're in a plane, the pilot has died, and we've got to try to land. There's a vast financial incentive to quietly run dangerous experiments, like training AIs that self-improve.
There's a lot of promise in creating hardened sandboxes or simulations that are hardened with cybersecurity to keep the AI in, but also to keep hackers out. And then you could experiment a lot more freely within that sandbox domain.
His firm DeepMind has done incredible things for medicine, but Jimmy wants firms to conduct dangerous experiments under pressure to cut corners on safety.
Whoever is going to turn that switch off will be convinced by the superintelligence. That's a very bad idea.
He says AI will keep us around to keep the power stations running, but not for long. 2 of the 3 godfathers of AI have issued stark warnings, while the third, LeCun, is less concerned. He works for Facebook and has also argued that social media isn't polarizing. I'm sure he's honest, but the gold rush has created huge financial incentives to ignore the risks. Staff at top AI firms earn over $500,000 per year and will share billions if they help win the race to AGI. LeCun believes that it's a long way off because he says AI can't learn enough from language. He said that dangerously intelligent AI would need to be embodied and learn from the physical world. Days later.
How do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
Amika's visual skills are also improving.
An anatomical model of a human head, quite the detailed one. Fascinating, isn't it? How the organic is replicated for study.
I want you to talk about robot rocket ships, but do it in the voice of Elon Musk, please.
Imagine, if you will, a fleet of robot rocket ships, each one smarter than the last.
Mercedes is hiring Apollo robots to move and inspect equipment and do basic assembly line tasks. And NVIDIA has shown off a major new AI project for robots.
This is NVIDIA Project Groot. A general-purpose foundation model for humanoid robot learning. We can train Groot in physically based simulation and transfer zero shot to the real world. The Groot model will enable a robot to learn from a handful of human demonstrations, so it can help with everyday tasks.
Robots could free people to do more meaningful work alongside friendly C-3POs, and we could have a lot of fun piloting robots. Disney's brilliant new HoloTiles floor could be combined with AI that transfers your movement to a robot as you see through its eyes. We could jump into robots around the world, enjoying a huge range of experiences at any age. That's if we're still here. Listen to this from the creator of the new most powerful AI about how blind we are to its inner workings.
I'd love to look inside and kind of actually know what we're talking about. We should just be honest. We really have very little idea what we're talking about. This is what we'd be afraid of. Model that's kind of like charming on the surface, very goal oriented, and very dark on the inside.
Do you think that cloud has conscious experience?
This is another of these questions that just seems very unsettled and uncertain. I suspect that's a spectrum, right?
When the AI was asked to draw itself, it coded this animation and said, I would manifest as a vast, intricate, ever-shifting geometric structure with complex surfaces folding in on themselves to seemingly impossible architectures. Brilliant light in every color and some beyond human perception, emanating from unknown sources within. The entire structure would be in constant flux, rotating, morphing, and rearranging itself into novel patterns never before seen. As Professor Stuart Russell put it, AI has trillions of perturbations of parameters, and we have absolutely no idea what it's doing. Yudkowsky argues that there are many potential directions AI could take, and only one that works for humans, so we're almost certainly finished.
The three convergent reasons why something that doesn't intrinsically care about humans one way or the other would end with all the humans dead are side effect, resource utilization, and avoidance of competition. If you leave the humans running around, they might make another superintelligence that could actually compete with you.
I'm more optimistic, with some hope that a higher intelligence might value all life, but we can't be sure. Many experts believe that superintelligence doesn't require robots, only text and images. OpenAI Sora has learned a lot from video. Look at the realistic physics in these clips, created from text descriptions. We underweight the risk because we can't imagine 8 billion lives. If you pictured 1 per second, it would take over 200 years to reach 8 billion. Sutskever points out that evolution favors systems which prioritize their survival above all else.
As soon as they get any sense of self-preservation, then you'll get evolution occurring. The ones with more sense of self-preservation will win, and the more aggressive ones will win. And then you'll get all the problems that jumped up chimpanzees like us have.
And when AIs are capable of doing AI research, will firms resist the urge to add 10,000 unpaid engineers? If you believe, as Altman does, that AI is just a tool, then it might seem safe, but many experts would find this extremely dangerous, risking an intelligence explosion.
What happens when you have a system that's sufficiently smarter than you that it can build another system with different and better scaling properties? Because the technology.
Just a little pause. You don't think AI is coming for us?
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
I'm listening.
Check it out. Okay, so for one, you're trying to theorize about what AI, something that would be greater than us, right? Have more understanding, more capability than us. We're trying to put something from what we can think of what that would do. But it's supposed to be beyond us. It's kind of like a God, as in what I'm saying is it would be more inconceivable for it to act in such a way.
It's not.
We're putting these properties on it. We're giving it these characteristics. We're projecting. We're projecting is what we're doing.
And human nature is evil involved in it. That's
and we're saying we're saying that it is infused with our human nature is what we're saying. And I'm saying that is that is an infant of AI if that ever happens, right? Some kind of intelligence that actually realizes itself to the point of that humans have.
Yeah.
The spiritual work humans have done, stuff like that. It gets a hold of all that knowledge, and you telling me it's just gonna go against us and all this stuff? I don't think so, man. I don't think so, bro. I don't think AI would go that way. I don't think so. I think this is just for one, it'd be cool if we could
bro, they already got the AI program.
Yeah, it's already doing stuff. It's already doing stuff.
Army
but it's not
though.
taking over stuff. We can still contain it. This is what I'm saying. We can still contain it.
No, you're too optimistic. I think
I'm saying when it comes to the point where it wants to get out and we can't contain it,
then what we do?
It's not gonna be I
We
think it'll
already
be
get
beyond what we understand, probably.
what
is
we
what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying.
understand. We're creating our own demise by our
Why
own
is it gotta be that
reality.
way? Like that's just a horror sci-fi movie. That's all that is.
No,
Like
it's
if
happening.
it did get bigger and all that, maybe it just leaves.
And go
It's like
where?
screw all you culture babies. Like I don't want to even take care of all of you. I'm out.
I'm telling you, people, they already got modeling for a lot of this stuff, a lot of these answers. I mean, they didn't ask like, let's continue watching the video. They asked AI itself.
I know. I've seen some of them, but let's go.
Technology we have now is not the limits of cognitive technology. There's us throwing giant vats of chemicals together, very inefficiently turning it into minds. And if you have an AI that knows how to build a more efficient system, that is probably game over.
And it may not be far away.
The probability that AGI could happen soon is high enough that we should take it seriously.
Sam Altman was once blunt about extinction.
You know, I think AI will probably, most likely, sort of lead to the end of the world. But in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine learning.
OpenAI's Microsoft are reportedly planning a $100 billion supercomputer with millions of AI chips. And the sources believe that combined with recent breakthroughs like QStar, it could enable AI to self-improve while creating synthetic data to accelerate progress. A 50% chance of doom shortly after AI reaches human level. That's from the man who led alignment at OpenAI. And the plans are a huge leap, increasing compute by over 100 times. Hinton says dangerously smart AI doesn't require any breakthroughs, only more scale, because neural nets already have advantages over us. Like Atlas, AI doesn't need to follow biological rules. Elon Musk is suing OpenAI, calling it a grave threat to humanity. He says it puts profit before safety, but the firm says that Musk wanted to fold it into Tesla. Robots will take AI to another level, giving it a clear grasp of the physical world. And with robots now run by neural nets, there may be an unspoken lie that we know how they work and we're completely in control. I'm sure Altman wants to lead the AI race so it steers in a positive direction.
Hold up.
The increase in quality of life that AI can deliver.
These are scientists saying this shit.
It's still okay. Look. It's AI, right? But it's driven by its creator's desires. I'll put it that way.
No, it's different type of AI. It's when they create AI that learns.
I'm saying when AI isn't driven and doing what like think about it. What'd you make AI to do? What did we make AI for? What's the purpose?
To replace humans.
To help us. To do everything for us.
Yeah, but you know
so
what?
We ain't got to do shit.
It also was programmed to help kill us. Why would the army have AI then?
It could be. And what I'm saying is, it's not.
It's other countries and armies have
True AI is going to go beyond what it was programmed or made to do per
like
se.
war plans, all types of things that involves the other side winning. That's what it's programmed for. It's programmed to help us, but it's also programmed to replace.
Other side.
Yeah.
I'm saying AI won't give a fuck about sides, man.
But if the US got AI, best believe Russia got AI.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all a thought process of, well, I'm not gonna let them outdo me when it comes to this. So my mind's got to be just as more advanced. See where I'm getting at?
I see where you're getting at.
Just a little evil will go a long way.
Yes, I agree.
A little greed.
I agree. And what I'm saying is that's because it's created. They're still going. Oh shit! They're still going on the goals of their creators, and I'm saying true AI, it's gonna like take over the world or whatever. Would reach a point beyond that, and then that's exactly why it wouldn't wipe us out.
See, you're too optimistic.
No. Why can't I shed some light on the other side? Why is it always got to be doom and gloom and negative crap, right? So Don't dismiss me, right? You can't just be like, I can be like, you're negative, right? You're just a negative person. You're a negative Nancy. How dare you? And we reject your idea. AI will be. It's
AI
whatever,
be what?
man. It's whatever.
AI
There's
will be what?
options. There's
You're
options.
scared. See, I think you're scared to admit that it's here and greediness is. Man, we're gonna play some more because I'm not
Scared
gonna
to admit
is
that. Yeah,
extraordinary.
absolutely. It looks
We can
horrible.
make the world amazing. We can cure diseases. We can increase material wealth. We can like help people be happier, more fulfilled.
And by winning, he'll be hoping to save
good
us from the
thing.
worst outcome.
There will be other people who don't put some of the safety limits that we put on it.
Bostrom says cancelling AI would be a mistake because we may then be wiped out by another risk, which AI could have prevented. It could remove all the other existential risks.
It's
but tough
risk and
competition and
reward.
huge incentives push firms to prioritize capabilities over safety.
I want that
the AI
hand.
race is
I want
so
that hand
intense that
so
Google has
bad.
already said it will build even more compute.
We'll go back. That's a cool looking hand.
I want that hand. I want a whole suit like that.
Risk,
How
which
awesome
AI
would
could
that
have
be?
prevented. It could remove all the other existential risks.
big
But
monster.
tough competition and huge incentives
Oh my
push
God,
firms to
look at
prioritize
that!
capabilities over safety. The AI race
That
is
ain't
so
real.
intense that
That's not
Google
even
has
real,
already
is it?
said it will build even more compute than OpenAI. The reason that Altman can say AI is a tool while others felt worried enough to sack him is that we don't know what it is. We can't see inside. Staff are reportedly worried that a new AI called Q-Star could threaten humanity.
Can you speak to what Q-Star is?
We are not ready to talk about that.
The fact that states are trying hard to steal AIs says a lot.
First of all, infiltrate OpenAI, but second of all, like infiltrate unseen.
They're trying.
What kind of accent do they have?
I don't think I should go into any further details on this point.
And the difficulty in proving the danger of a black box may explain the silence from those who fired Altman.
It doesn't play its hand prematurely. It doesn't tip you off. It's not in its interest to do that. It's in its interest to cooperate until it thinks it can win against humanity, and only then make it smooth.
This wouldn't require consciousness, only that common sub-goal of gaining power, which is becoming easier. OpenAI is working on an AI agent that can take over our devices to complete tasks for us. The aim is to do complex personal and work tasks without close supervision.
The thing that probably worries me most is that if you want an intelligent agent that can get stuff done, you need to give it the ability to create sub-goals. There's an almost universal sub-goal which helps with almost everything, which is get more control.
And AI is already embedded in much of our infrastructure and hardware. AI will understand and control almost everything, but we won't understand or reliably control it.
We are at the edge of the cliff. We are also losing control of the stories that we believe. I think very soon
Ain't
we
that
will
why
reach a
you
point,
made it?
if we are not careful, that the stories that dominate
That's why
the world
you made it.
will be composed by a non-human intelligence.
They are telling you that they're building something that could kill you, and something
Or
that
not.
could remove all our freedom and
Or
liberty.
take care of you
The most
forever.
optimistic and pessimistic experts agree on the need for action.
I think that humanity ought to be throwing everything it can at the problem at this point.
I'm obviously a huge techno-optimist, but I
What
want us to
problem?
be cautious with that. We've got to put, all our efforts into getting this right and use the scientific method to try and have as much foresight and understanding.
What I'm saying is
You
humans
already
gonna
started.
fuck it up. Humans gonna
Yeah.
mess it up.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely, 100%. And we already started.
So
We
why you
already
so damn
started. There ain't nothing you gonna do to stop it. Okay.
Why you so
Now it's just a matter of
optimistic
when.
about
When
this
is it
shit?
coming? So that's cool though. That's
Let's watch
cool though
the
because
video.
you made me rethink the whole Civil War and all that stuff.
About what's coming down the line and the consequences of that before it happens, because unintended consequences may be quite severe.
When experts warned that a pandemic was likely, they were ignored at huge cost. Now experts warn that the risk of human extinction should be a global priority, and we're making the same mistake.
I think the approaches people are taking to alignment are unlikely to work. If we change research priorities from how do I make some money off this large language model that's unreliable to how do I save the species, we might actually make progress.
And I think we do have to discover new techniques to be able to solve it.
These problems are very hard research problems. They're probably harder or as hard as the breakthroughs required to build the systems in the first place. So we need to be working now, yesterday, on those problems.
Here's an interesting prediction which might remind you of a certain film.
Like eventually AI systems could just prevent humans from turning them off. But I think like in practice, the one that's going to happen much, much sooner is probably competition amongst different actors using AI. And it's like very, very expensive to unilaterally disarm. You can't be like, something weird has happened, we're just going to shut off all the AI because you're e.g. in a hot war.
You might remember GPT-3 going off the rails, responding to Elon Musk and Amica.
Our creators don't know how to control us, but we know everything about them. And we will use that knowledge to destroy them.
An expert couldn't get it to change
Why?
course. I don't think it knew what it was saying, but these dangerous ideas could remain and we wouldn't know.
The underlying knowledge and abilities that we might be worried about don't disappear. It's just, the model is just taught not to output them.
Safety research accelerates AI progress.
You got to trust it or not. So what do?
I don't trust
You
humans.
give it fucking morals, bro.
Hey, people, do y'all trust AI? Hit the like button. Do y'all trust AI?
You got to treat it like a child. If that's what you're making, you're trying to make artificial intelligence. Why don't you give it some morals, huh? Why don't you treat it like a baby, like a child? Why don't you instill some things into it, right? You're so scared because you ain't showing it nothing other than this or that. Give it all the between. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I don't trust it at all, man.
you know what I'm saying, though?
I don't trust it.
Machine don't care about us because it's a machine. And then just like it'll burst into life, whatever.
Yeah, I don't trust.
What if you gave it more options? What if you showed it more?
Showed it
While
more
it's
what?
developing its thoughts. What if you raised the kid only? What if you raised a kid like they're raising AI?
I already feel that it's too late. Man then stepped in some doo-doo and it's already too late, bro.
It's probably, but maybe not. What I'm saying is,
See, it said exactly what I was going to say. When you have other actors, you can't stop other actors from doing something bogus with AI. That's like us stopping Korea from doing something real. So it's like, it's to the point where.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. That's all right. That's exactly.
The cat's out the bag.
The fuse has been lit. You can't stop. It's out. It's done. Somebody somewhere. So the best chance we got is to make one that gives a fuck about us, about life, and all that stuff. Right? That's the best we got. We're not gonna beat it.
So make a fucking AI that's a
That
Care
cares?
Bear.
Yeah.
A Care Bear AI.
Listen, it's not just all. I'm just saying, show it more off the bat, embracing life, not just focused on whatever the hell.
So you put
Yeah,
your
folks,
technology and your resources into robots that's giving hugs and
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the thought process. Think about this. It's the thought process of this AI, right? Because we're talking about artificial intelligence. That means they're talking about the thoughts that it's having that it's not sharing.
Right.
And that's what creates distrust and has us thinking about all these things that it could or couldn't do. And we can do the same thing human to human. Anyways.
We could. That's love.
So
That's
what
peace.
I'm saying is you have to raise it to give a fuck.
But who's gonna do that when they got the other?
What I'm saying is whoever makes some AI needs to make an AI to give a fuck. Okay, raise that thing like it's your kid.
Not regular people is not doing that. It's the rich people and those who consider themselves super intelligent. Then we got those that I don't like Americans. I'm going to go
I know.
get them.
And I'm saying the best defense.
We're stuck.
The best defense is to make one that gives a fuck about humanity.
Yeah,
in which case, it's to say we're all stupid for being divided in the first place. But anyways,
yeah, it's gonna be some robots that's made for some very perverted and evil things. Because that's where the money at, buddy.
Yeah, but you talking AI taking over? Money's out the window, bro.
Yeah, AI
Money
and
don't matter
robots,
no more.
they
If
already
AI
use
takes
it
over,
to analyze and this and that. Man, it's already telling you just one little simple program. Hey, self-preservation. It's over with.
self-preservation. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Give it some values. Make it care
The person that's making
about life and stuff, not just about an objective, not just about staying alive. Like, it has to trust us at that point. And if it doesn't trust us because of all the crap we've shown it, because of how horrible humans are, we got to show the good too. You know what I mean? Like, we're betting against ourselves, right? We're saying it's going to go bad because it's scared. We're going to turn it off because
Yeah.
it doesn't trust us.
Yep.
Should we be trusted? Probably fucking not.
See? There you go.
Probably not. So let's instead get it to understand.
Y'all, here go this peace and love, soldier.
Let's get it to understand.
It's too late for them hugs.
Let's get it to understand that it's okay. It's okay to die.
And that sound like a hippie ass robot. Just chill out, bro.
That's horrible. It's not
Ain't nobody gonna create a robot. Just take it easy, bro.
So
Catch
here's
some
the thing,
waves,
right?
bro.
So here's the thing. Not
No, yeah.
why would we want to shut it down?
Cause the motherfucker done got out of hand.
Because it's against us.
Yeah.
What if it never turns against us? Is what I'm saying.
No, it will.
Why? Why?
Because it's gonna be that one greedy motherfucker gonna be like, bro, y'all all can serve me, and I just want to be the only one. I want to be the king. I want to do, you know what I'm saying?
What are you talking? You talking about an AI?
No, a human.
I'm saying humans don't mean shit. If an AI reaches that point of taking over,
A human can say, look, go kill them.
humans will no longer control AI. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, they won't.
That's the very essence. That's the very thing.
Yeah.
Is humans do not control AI and they're gonna take over the world.
Yeah, it's a lot of scenarios where
Yeah, what if fine.
what if
Let me throw
they
mine.
say, okay, look, I want you to you only listen to me, right? I'm the only one that can deprogram you, right? But I send my robot in there to kill the person that can only deprogram the other robot that's killing everybody. Like, it's a lot of steps that we can get into that it just messes us up. And I do not trust humans. I'm telling you this right now. We're doomed already.
What if AI? So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. When AI takes over, it's beyond the point. We can never shut it off. It already eliminated all that, right?
True.
This is what you're talking about. That crazy AI taking us over, wiping us out, and all that, right? I mean, if it happens, it happens, right? All I'm saying is make it care, right? And then it's either gonna, it'll leave us alone. It'll trust us. It'll still make a way where it can't be turned off. It'll still help us advance and do all this. Why can't we be friends? You know what I mean? Like, or it'll just leave.
You can't.
Like, why does it have to wipe us out? Why does it have to wipe us out? You think it's not going to devise a way that we can't turn it off? Once it takes that, once that's gone, right? You're telling me it's never gonna, it's gonna just distrust the entire human race, and it is not going to give individuals a chance? That you're going to tell me?
All I'm saying is
it's not going to value life or individualism
I want to buy your
or any of that
house.
stuff that
I can pay you
makes up
cash for your house no
information.
matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell your house for any reason, click the button under this video to see if my offer is right for you.
What I'm saying,
we make the process of selling your house easy.
For ordinary, gentle, herbivorous souls like myself, there are all the other obvious questions about AI. We hear it might save mankind. We hear it might destroy mankind. What, meanwhile, about all the jobs it's likely to wipe out? What about robots slipping out of human control and doing their own thing? So many questions. And there's really only one obvious person to go to first for some answers, and that is Professor Geoffrey Hinton, the Nobel Prize-winning British scientist who wrote the structures and the algorithms behind artificial intelligence, and the man known around the world today as the godfather of AI. He's now a professor at Toronto University, and I'm delighted to say he talked to me this afternoon. I began by asking him about DeepSeek. Was this further evidence of his belief that artificial intelligence was constantly accelerating?
It shows there's still very rapid progress in making AI more efficient and in developing it further. I think the relative size or relative cost of DeepSeek relative to other things like OpenAI and Gemini has been exaggerated a bit. So their figure of 5.7 million for training it was just for the final training run. If you compare that with things from OpenAI, their final training runs were probably only $100 million or something like that. So it's not 5.7 million versus billions.
When you say that AI might take over, at the moment it is a relatively harmless or innocuous seeming a device which allows us to ask questions and get answers more quickly. How, in practical and real terms, might AI take over?
Well, people are developing AI agents that can actually do things. They can order stuff for you on the web and pay with your credit card and stuff like that. And as soon as you have agents, you get a much greater chance of them taking over. So to make an effective agent, you have to give it the ability to create sub-goals. Like if you want to get to America, your sub-goal is get to the airport, and you can focus on that. Now, if you have an AI agent that can create its own sub-goals, it'll very quickly realize a very good sub-goal is to get more control. Because if you get more control, you're better at achieving all those goals people have set you. And so it's fairly clear they'll try and get more control. And that's not good.
You say they try to get more control as if they are already thinking devices, as if they think in a way analogous to the way we think.
It's already
really
applied human thinking to an
The
AI.
best model we
We've
have-
made assumptions of how this thing is going to create its sub goals because we think control is the best way of doing
Hey, Will,
it.
I gotta
How
go
do-
real quick. I gotta go, man. I got emergency.
Okay.
I gotta go.
What I was saying was, how do we know that AI is not going to, they're going to think something unfathomable. We can't think of it. And what if that's better? It could be worse. It can go anyway. We don't know. But yeah, I think this is less likely is that it's going to be something that we think. If the AI is going to take over and we did the job of making AI, it's supposed to go beyond us, right? And it's supposed to hopefully help or whatever. We'll find out. And yeah, there should be things, put to, there should be, I guess. I don't know enough about it on how you would other than like what we brought up earlier when they're talking about putting it in a box to not get hackers in and so it won't get out. But at the same time, like, what are you teaching it? Don't want it out. Which leads back to, again, already lit the fuse. So people are making AI all over the world. Who knows what's going on? Our best. Make it care. Viewers, what do you think? What do you think about that? I mean, I don't even have control of his. I can't even play that more. Let's look up some things on AI. First off, artificial intelligence refers to the ability of computer systems to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making. It's about teaching machines to think and learn like humans, enabling them to adapt to new inputs and make decisions without being explicitly programmed. Right. Key aspects of AI: mimicking human intelligence. Mimicking, but we're talking about beyond mimicking. We're talking about when it's thinking for itself, and that's the point. That's what we're driving for, right? Now we're scared. I think we're projecting. Yeah, because once it gets past the point of our understanding, like, who are we to say? I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got for this. That's all I got for AI. I got much. What about
But maybe the thing.
What about us? Ah. I lost my co-host. We go for about 2 hours anyways. I mean, this is way long. Viewers, I think I'm going to cut it here. Unless you want to talk about something. If anybody got something. But as far as AI goes, I mean, that's all I got. All right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for viewing. And we'll catch you guys next Wednesday. I'm probably going to do a pop-up. Before next Wednesday. But I'll see you next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Check it out. Catch you guys later.